Powerful winds tore through the Rogue Valley and has left a mess in multiple communities. We'll show you the damage left behind.
Plus, a new bill going through the Oregon legislature to put a tax on alcohol. We'll explain how this could impact some of your favorite restaurants.
And today we're still expecting to see wet weather. Winds won't be as strong as yesterday, but we can still expect some blustery conditions into our higher elevations. So I'll break down what you can expect for the end of your March coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. on March 31st. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm David Alvarado.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. Let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress as we are expecting a wet Monday to start our weekend and March.
Yeah, so to end out our March, definitely going to be wetter. And then as we're heading into our April, it also is going to be rather wet. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we're looking at this morning. Shower activity widespread across the region. We will see that continue throughout our day today. We did see a few strikes of lightning overnight as we were into Curry County, and we will have the chance for some thunderstorms again later into the afternoon today. But checking in, a lot of us are heading back to school. We had a pretty nice week off, but temperatures will be rather cold this morning into the 30s. And then by the time you're heading home, won't be warming up by much. We'll see your temperatures well below average and the chance for a thunderstorm into the region. Now, in terms of wind, yesterday winds were very strong, not looking that windy as we're moving through our Monday. We will see some of the stronger wind gusts into higher elevations throughout the day today, but especially into the Rogue and the Shasta Valley, we won't see as high as winds as yesterday. But for today's forecast, we will see below average high temperatures, only high of 51 for Grants Pass, Medford 52, along the coast into the 40s. Over east side, we have a high of 43 for Klamath Falls and Yreka 47. Now for the next few days, snow levels won't be coming up too high. Now this morning, we're even dealing with some snow into our west side valley passes. So definitely we'll be expecting wintry weather through the end or the first half of this week. We have multiple winter weather advisories in place and winter storm warnings into Siskiyou County. But the next few days for Tuesday, more rain will be in. Showers will continue into our Wednesday. And then as we head later into the second half of this week, that's when we'll finally begin to dry out and warm up. So I'll have more details on that coming up in your next forecast.
New this morning, Governor Tina Kotek has declared an emergency due to severe flooding in southeastern Oregon. The executive order directs the Oregon Department of Emergency Management to respond to the impacts of the flooding. Harney County has multiple evacuations in place. The Oregon State Fire Marshal says the flooding has been ongoing for about 3 weeks now. And with recent snow melts and warming temperatures, area rivers and streams have reached levels not seen since the 1950s. The emergency declaration will remain in effect through April 30th unless it is terminated or extended sooner.
Closer to home, powerful winds tore through southern Oregon, causing power outages and toppling trees throughout the community. Those trees ended up in roadways, blocking off people's travel. The high winds closed Mount Ashland Sunday because of dangerous gusts, and many in southern Oregon experienced power outages with even 15,000 people out of power at the same time. And while power has been restored for most of those people, there's still some debris and trees from a result of this windstorm.
In a crime alert this morning, a Klamath Falls shooting put one man in the hospital and another in jail Friday night. The shooting took place just before 4:30 p.m. 19-year-old Mario Zambrano was shot while walking towards a nature train near the Cedar Gardens apartment. He was taken to the hospital with a gunshot wound to his abdomen, the wound being non-life-threatening. Klamath Falls deputies identified and arrested the accused shooter, Dominic Hernandez. He's facing charges for assault, unlawful use of a weapon, and reckless endangerment.
In case you missed it, the Josephine County Circuit Court granted the preliminary injunction in the Disability Rights Oregon lawsuit against the city of Grants Pass. This temporarily is stopping the city of Grants Pass from removing tents or campsites from city parks and citing or arresting people who are sleeping on city property. The decision comes after the judge placed an advisory on the case during a hearing earlier last week. NewsWatch 12 reached out to the city of Grants Pass, who refused to comment. The preliminary injunction will suspend law enforcement until the case is resolved, but we'll continue to follow this lawsuit and bring you the latest details. The Indian Creek Hatchery in Gold Beach is trying to recover from the massive rainfall we saw earlier this month. The hatchery's president said that the access bridge was the first thing to be washed away in the storm. It dammed up the hatchery, leading to an overflow of water that washed out their access road. Volunteers had to keep 100,000 salmon safe and alive in a separate runway, but 1 week later, unseen damages from debris caused the water main to fail.
We have over 100,000 fish in the raceways with no oxygen coming to them, no water coming to them.
Gold Beach Fire Department brought in pumps to keep the fall Chinook salmon alive. Then ODFW was able to get a fish truck to Gold Beach and transfer the salmon to Elk River. Now, one fish was lost during the storm or the transfer. Indian Creek volunteers are now rebuilding the water main and trying to flush out the runways.
A proposed bill in the Oregon legislature would create a tax on the sale of beer, wine, and ciders in the state. House Bill 3197 would create a tax starting in 2026, and up until 2032, the tax would rise from 2 to 8%. The tax revenue would fund youth substance abuse prevention programs across the state, but some businesses say this tax could hurt them.
Don't do a ton of markup. We keep it as low priced as we possibly can, but yeah, it would definitely have an impact on us negatively.
The bill is currently headed to the Committee on Addiction and Community Safety Response, and there is a public hearing set for this upcoming Wednesday.
Oregon's vote-by-mail system could be at risk, and lawmakers are preparing to debate a new bill that would end mail-in voting for most residents. A public hearing on Senate Bill 210 is set for today in Salem. The bill would require in-person voting on Election Day and voter ID. The bill would still allow mail-in ballots for military and overseas voters. Oregon has been using mail-in voting for decades and was the first state to conduct a presidential election entirely by mail in 2000. The public can submit testimony online, remotely, or in person before today's 1 p.m. hearing.
This past week, a conference was held in Ashland to start conversations regarding the role of artificial intelligence in the future of our lives. The conference held panels and presentations working to see how to best integrate AI in the different parts of our lives without disruptions. Parts of the conference brought local officials, including Senator Jeff Golden, who discussed a bill he feels is vital to the future of AI and our state.
It kind of bundles the questions that I think are surrounding this conference. It creates the Oregon Commission on Artificial Intelligence.
The bill would create a commission to see how it would affect the community. The members would represent workers, businesses, community advocacy, and marginalized groups and communities that would be impacted by AI. Now on to a scam alert. NewsWatch 12 has been tracking the latest scams for you, but scammers evolve and advance their schemes so fast that many people can't keep track. We spoke to an expert on how you can recognize a scam fast.
Almost every single one of them, the biggest common theme they're going to have, aside from trying to get you to pay, is going to be a sense of urgency. Like, this is something you have to do right now. And if there's that sense of urgency that this has to happen right this second, that's a huge red flag.
Lieutenant Josh Abid from Central Points Police works with people to prevent being scammed. He said that all scammers want to keep you in a panic state, not wanting to click off a link or get you off the phone. The best thing to do when someone calls, emails, or texts you for money is hang up or not click on any links. And Jackson County is gearing up for an exciting summer at Emigrant Lake. Steve Lambert, the Roads and Parks Director, said that this year's high water levels mark a significant milestone, promising a great season of outdoor recreation. Visitors can look forward to enjoying non-motorized watercraft rentals like kayaks and paddleboards.
Historically, it ebbs and flows. There's been other times, but last time I saw it was full and it was in 2017. So we're super excited this summer to see it full again.
Lambert says the county is eager to partner with local businesses for food, drinks, and watercraft rentals. In addition to recreational upgrades, the county has invested in improving park facilities. There are new sidewalks and renovated campgrounds. And as the lake and surrounding areas prepare for a busy summer, Lambert is encouraging you to get those early reservations for camping.
In our school watch this morning, for the second year in a row, a Klamath Community College student has received a new Century Pathway Transfer Scholarship Award. Emily Lindquist, a KCC student, was born and raised in Central Oregon and studies agriculture sciences. The new Century Pathway Transfer Scholarship is only available to one student per state per year. Lindquist says this scholarship will help limit some financial barriers. Lindquist plans to transfer to Iowa State University and continue her education in animal science.
Looking ahead to April 26th, the Medford Police Department is hosting a drug take-back and rogue shred event. Anyone who has unused, outdated, or unwanted prescription drugs can drop them off in the City Hall parking lot for safe disposal. They won't be accepting any needles or inhalers, but attendees can also bring personal or confidential documents to be shredded. We have more details on our website.
And today it will be a wet day for us. It definitely won't be dealing with a lot of those stronger winds like yesterday, but definitely will be blustery into those higher elevations for us today. Now, in terms of high temperatures, we won't be warming up by much, making it into the lower 50s for us in the Rogue Valley. Now, into the afternoon, we do have some chances for some isolated thunderstorms as well. And then looking ahead into overnight, we'll see a pickup in precipitation, and we're expecting some heavy snow to make it into the region. So I'll talk about where you can expect to see this snow and what tomorrow will look like even coming up in about 7 minutes.